back to Doctor's Orders with Dr. Yves. If this is your first time listening, hi, I'm Dr. Yves, a recent medical graduate, a baker, an author, and a firm believer that faith and wellness go hand in hand. Today's episode is a little bit of a rant, a bit of a life update, and a whole lot of honesty. I want to talk about what it's been like living in between medical school and actual practice. That weird, uncertain waiting period that nobody really prepares you for. So, yeah, let's do it. A bit of a backstory. So I actually finished from University of Ghana Medical School earlier this year in February. And honestly, it was such a beautiful moment. All the years of sleepless nights, midnight group studies, exams, ward rounds, endless case reports, community medicine. Oh my God. They were finally over and it was amazing. I had to come back to Nigeria to take the MDCN exam and then become a doctor in Nigeria as well. So since I was already certified in Ghana, I wanted to be certified in Nigeria just so that I could also eventually do my youth service. That was the goal anyway. So I was excited. I told myself like it wasn't going to take time, just going to come get it done with and then move on with my life. But alas, the plans refused to plan. So the process has really been dragging. There have been delay after delay. There was delay with the exam, then we wrote the exam. Now there's delay with induction and our posting. And it's been really frustrating, to be very honest, because you spend all these years preparing for something and then just as you're ready to begin, it's like you're stuck in limbo. I've spoken to a lot of other doctors who are also in this weird in-between state, and everybody's just pretty frustrated at this moment because we don't know where we're going from here, and there's been no communique from MDCN for us to know if we are going to get inducted this year. It's really pushing a lot of our life plans. People have their goals written out, Anyway. So this feeling of being qualified but yet not practicing, you want to move forward but you're being constantly told to wait, and at the same time you're looking at your mates who schooled where you schooled and they are already working and you're not. It's just, again, frustrating. I won't lie, there have been days where I woke up and I just thought to myself, like, what exactly am I supposed to be doing with myself right now? Because everybody keeps asking me, so when are you starting work? Where do you work? Everybody wants to know something. Like when they ask you, what do you do? And you say, I'm a doctor. The next question is, so which hospital do you work at? Now I have to start giving you my life story. Like, okay, so I'm actually not working yet. And it just gets so annoying. Like, I don't have an answer for you. Guys, please stop asking people where they work. Stop asking people where they work. We don't know. Okay, just leave us alone. If we had a hospital to tell you, I would have told you I'm a doctor and I work at full stop. You won't have to ask me. But now if I tell you I'm a medical doctor and then you say, where do I work? That just makes for awkward conversation. Why? Why do we have to do that? Let's not, okay? Anyways, back to what I was saying. In between all that annoyance and uncertainty, I've also realized that this pause has been teaching me something deeper. It's been teaching me how to rest. For the first time in years, I'm not rushing to catch up on notes. I'm not running to meet group study. I'm not racing to the ward. I'm not late for classes. So I've actually had time to breathe and think and just be. And this extra time has allowed me to start taking my health more seriously. Not just telling patients to live healthy, but actually doing it for myself. So I've started eating better. I wrote a book on how to meal prep, which has been amazing, a life-changing thing for me. So I've been meal prepping. I've started sleeping properly, moving my body, exercise every day. I am more intentional with how much I pray as well. So it's like I've been reminded that before I can pour into others, I need to fill my cup as well. So I have a lot of time for that now, quite a lot of time. I've also been rediscovering my other loves. I started writing again for my books, for my monthly newsletter, and also just for fun, because I used to write short stories before medical school. I don't know what happened. Actually, I do know what happened. Medical school happened. But yeah, I'm back to writing, and honestly, it's been such a joy because it gives me a way to connect with people even outside of the hospital context. I've been reflecting on what kind of doctor I want to be as well. Not just somebody who is clinically competent, but somebody who actually listens and creates a safe space for patients, and someone who uses her voice for education and encouragement, which is actually what led me to start my social media pages, because I wanted to be that kind of safe space for people and also like a voice that educates people, breaking down all the medical jargon in like simple terms. I've had a lot of people reach out to me like via my DM for consultations, which I'm always happy to do, even though I will always say I don't give free consultations. I actually do give free consultations. But anyways, people have reached out to me, and after everything has been said and done, they tell me like, oh, it was so nice to talk to you. You were so open and so friendly. It wasn't scary. And that kind of feedback is amazing to me, honestly, because I don't want to be a doctor who is scary for the patient's approach. I want you to be comfortable, like, okay, I'm talking to my friend. Let's kiki, but also let's, learn. And I think that's great. So I want Doctor's Orders with Dr. Yves, this podcast, to be part of that vision, a space where we can talk about real health topics. I can answer your questions, I can share stories, and we can remind each other that we are still figuring things out, and that's okay. So if you're in your own waiting season, it doesn't matter if you're waiting for a job, a result, just a sense of direction about what you want to do with your life, I just want you to remember this. Waiting is not time wasted. Sometimes it's very necessary. It's like preparation. And I've had a scripture that has been my anchor lately in this waiting period. It has really strengthened me for what is coming next. And that scripture is Isaiah 40:31. It says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles." So don't think that you are waiting in vain, because God is right beside you in that waiting season, and He's doing something, you just can't see it yet. And you don't have to see it, you just have to trust Him. Alright, so we've come to the end of episode 2, and I really did try to keep this short so that you don't get overwhelmed. But I just want to thank you so much for tuning in to Doctor's Orders with Dr. Yves. If you connected with this episode in any kind of way, please follow the podcast so you don't miss the next one, and maybe share the podcast with a friend. I would really appreciate that. I'll be sharing more about clinical life, wellness, and really everything in between. So if you want to keep up with me beyond the mic, you can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all at Yves the Doctor. That's YVESTHEDR, Yves the Doctor. You can also subscribe to my monthly newsletter for more reflections like this. Finally, I want you to remember that even in the waiting, you are still becoming. Until next time, don't forget to take care of yourself. It's Doctor's Orders.